listeners, and welcome to another episode of Side Talk Table. So today I have something planned, as you can see. I'm going to be talking about the inauguration. I usually don't do this. I usually don't talk about politics or anything. I usually don't follow along. But today I actually followed along. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get right started into what I want to talk about and the key points of today's eventful topic on things that happened. Today was crazy. Today was very, very crazy in a good way. So thank you for tuning in if you're watching via the YouTube or if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or Google Podcasts. Welcome to the podcast. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Can we all just say that Jill Biden, she came in like stunning. Like she just came in knowing that her husband was about to be the president and she was about to be first lady. That was very, very awesome. And she came in great. Her entrance was amazing. Kamala Harris, whoa, Kamala Harris, what? Yes, Kamala Harris, she did that. She did everything that you could imagine. Like, wow. She went all the way in. And her husband was there. And I could just tell, I can see and feel the excitement that she had under the mask. I could just see her smiling. It was just spectacular. It was amazing. I really enjoy watching her. I really enjoy her personality. She's very just genuine and to the point. Don't even know her personally. I really want to meet her one day. That would be amazing. But yes, first female African American Black president. Wow. Or vice president. Sorry. Whoa. Vice president. BP. Amazing. So yeah. And it's just amazing. She tweeted on her vice president Twitter page. She tweeted "ready to serve," and that was just very, very eye opening. It gives the world peace. It gives the world hope that things will eventually change. So hopefully, as they take office, that they will team together. Her and Joe Biden will team together and begin to make changes. I heard in the making that the minimum wage is going to go up to $15. So hopefully that begins to take place. That would be amazing. That would be very, very awesome if that can come forward. I was trying to find, wow, Kamala Harris is just, her energy, her smile, everything is just amazing. What she was wearing, it was by an African American designer. I was trying to find the actual. It was by an African American designer. But anyways, it was by an African American designer. So that was awesome that she was supporting that as well. Yeah. And can we also talk about Michelle Obama? You can't miss her. Her and Barack Obama came in with the entrance as they teamed up together as Barack Obama and Joe Biden are like really good friends from Barack Obama's campaign. So that was great. So yeah, and I'm talking like I know a lot about politics, but I really don't. So please don't think that I know a lot about politics. I don't. I don't follow along, but I just decided to follow along in the inauguration today. So I've been watching like all day. So yeah, just a side note that I'm not a politician. I don't know all of the stuff and all of the terms and all the just everything. I'm just here and I tweeted live. I was tweeting while the inauguration was going on. So that's just what I was tweeting and what I was seeing on TV. But Michelle Obama did her entrance. That was amazing. I really enjoyed that. And they were all, Michelle Obama, Barack Obama, and the Biden family, they were all just kind of together. They're very good friends. And Kamala Harris, she acknowledged her as well whenever she came out, and they were already there. So that was great. That was awesome. And yeah, and everyone's outfit was just stunning. Everyone's outfit was stunning, and it's just amazing. And Kamala Harris was just amazing. Um, and then we can't, of course, this is the key. Joe Biden, he came and he was wearing Ralph Lauren. I was just like, whoa. He was wearing Ralph Lauren. When they said that, I immediately got excited. If you don't know, I work at Ralph Lauren at my outlet. So yeah, so whenever he was wearing that, I was just like, Ralph Lauren. I just work at the outlet, so I don't work at like the full retail Polo Ralph Lauren or Ralph Lauren itself. But yeah, that just gave me very good, just made me excited that he was wearing Ralph Lauren. So yeah, and that was very exciting. And then Amanda Gorman. Amanda. Can we just say Amanda? Wow. That's literally all I could say is wow and speechless and amazing. 22. Like, she is 22 doing a whole speech. Insane. Like, a whole poet at its fullest. Like, she went in. That speech was like, I think like 5 minutes. But it was very, very good. And wow. I'm like, wow, that was so like exciting to see that she was able to go up there and do that speech. And it was called The Hill, or Climb the Hill, or The Top of the Hill. It was something Hill. I don't have the actual name. But yes, she went completely in. Let me see if I can find it. The poet. Yeah, I don't. She was 22 though. That's all I know. But yes, Kamala Harris. And then Joe Biden, whenever he did his like inauguration speech after he was like sworn in, which was awesome. He got sworn in, and then Kamala Harris, she got sworn in as well. And she put her hand on two Bibles. One of her Bibles was from her childhood, and I heard something about that. I know I'm jumping around, but yeah, I'm very excited because this is just, I don't know why I'm so excited about politics, but this part of politics was just awesome. And I just could not stop smiling after looking at through the whole inauguration. But then whenever Joe Biden got sworn in and he did his speech, he just brought a lot of hope, and the commentators begin to say, different people that voted for Trump was now just like kind of trying to see if Joe Biden was going to stand with what he said. And a lot of people were just kind of didn't really vote for Joe Biden, but now they're going to, obviously they have no other choice but to kind of support him and just listen to what he has to say. So a lot of the people were just kind of like open and willing to just back Joe Biden up, which was awesome. It was cool. And also he was like, Joe Biden's speech was great. His speech was like amazing. And I just like Joe Biden. Joe Biden's awesome. He's just Joe Biden. Can we just clap Joe Biden? Like, whoa, Joe Biden. But yeah. And then he began to he quoted a scripture, Psalms 30 and 5. So that was just, whoa, that was just amazing in itself. And I just could not, but it was so much joy that I was just like, wow. Yeah, Joe Biden. Joe Biden is the president of the United States. Like, Mr. President, hello, and Vice President Kamala Harris. But anyways, yes. So Joe Biden, great, great, great. I'm so excited for him. So excited for Kamala Harris. But on the other hand, Reverend Barman, I think that's his name. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Barman, yes, Reverend Barman. He did like the prayer or whatever at the end. Well, he went in that prayer. That was like a good I think it was like 5-minute prayer. He prayed over the nation and prayed over Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and everyone that was there. That was great. That was amazing. That was awesome. He did that. He did that prayer. Like, he didn't hold back. He prayed. He really prayed. And so, yeah. And I think one of the commentators was like, this inauguration felt like a church service. And I was just like, hey, y'all all needed to be there, and I'm glad y'all all attended, and I need y'all to attend like every Sunday. But yes, that Reverend Barman, he did it. Beeman? No, Beeman. It's Beeman. I think it's Beeman. Reverend Beeman? Beeman, yeah. But yes, and then on top of everything, they were social distancing and they all had masks on. So that was just spectacular. And I really, they were setting the example. They were setting the example of those around and to the nation that we need to be social distancing and with masks, and that we can go ahead and get away from COVID-19. So that was great. They were all social distancing. The only one that I was very concerned about was, I don't know his name, but he did the, I think he did, oh man. I gotta find it because it's gonna, I don't know his name. But he, he did some kind of song. I think he did he didn't do the no, he did he do the national anthem? I think he did the national anthem. Comment below if you know who I'm talking about. But the guy, he had a cowboy hat on, and I can't think of his name, but at the end, he was like hugging all of the former presidents and stuff, but he didn't have no mask on when he first came up. And then he wasn't social distancing. He was hugging people, like shaking people's hands. And I was just like, okay, can we just go and leave? So yeah, that one was very concerning. But if you remember his name, please comment below, because I really can't remember his name right now. And I tried to be prepared for this video, but I wasn't. And for this podcast, but obviously not. And I wanted to get this out. So yeah. But anyways, he was just kind of had me kind of worried, because I was just like, okay, I need you to stop. But he was good. They said, I think he said that, I think he was like a Trump supporter or whatever, but he was able to come and sing that for the Joe Biden campaign and everything. So he was in support of Joe Biden, which was great, and that was very, very, very exciting. Yeah. Can we say Eugene Goodman? If you don't know who Eugene Goodman is, he's the Capitol Police, and whenever the Capitol had the threat and the riot 2 weeks ago, he was there. He was the one that had he was on that viral video and viral pictures and stuff. He was there escorting Joe Biden. No, I think it was Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. One of those two. He was doing the escort. And he was like, I think he got beaten up or something like that. And he was still there supporting with all that he has went through in the last 2 weeks. I thought that was amazing. That was amazing. Like, he was still standing strong in spite of what happened 2 weeks ago at the Capitol. So I really applaud him for that, and being able to just come and just still support and still do it. And can we just say Trump's vice president, Mike Pence, he was there. He was there at the inauguration to support Joe Biden and Kamala Harris as they got sworn in as the president and the vice president. I thought that that was just great sportsmanship, just great support, regardless of you not winning or you having to step down after 4 years and Kamala Harris is now taking vice president. It just showed a lot. It just showed a lot to the nation. It showed a lot to who he is, and just the fact that Trump didn't attend the inauguration was just very, just kind of like, wow. Like, yes, you lost. Yes, you didn't get another term, but why? Like, why? Like, just why? I don't even know. Like, just why? When I heard that he wasn't attending the inauguration, and whenever they moved him out of the White House, he just left. That was just kind of like, I know you're mad, but like, at least you could support. And I really commend Mike Pence for just being there and being supportive, regardless of you not being renewed for another term or you not just being there. And that really spoke volumes. And I hope other people saw that, because like Trump just not being there and just leaving and not even acknowledging that Joe Biden is the next president. Like, that's his president now. Like, he's like, what? So like that really just spoke volumes of Mike Pence. And yeah, um, yeah, the inauguration was great. That honestly, I think that was the first one that I've actually looked at, like live, and actually like sat down and looked at. That was the first one that I've seen, and wow, history in the making, as they say, history in the making. Um, and then yeah, and this tweet that I retweeted on Twitter, um, of about Lady Gaga, I'm sure everyone saw, with her dress and everything, and her little dove in the corner, looking like just like she was amazing. But like, yeah, so I tweeted a tweet and it was like, y'all can't tell me Lady Gaga don't look like she's about to attend the 56th annual Hunger Games. When I saw this tweet, I immediately laughed. I immediately could relate. I immediately just, wow. Like, she definitely did look like she was attending the Hunger Games, and she definitely looked like she was doing a whole speech, and um, she was inducting people into everything in District 7, District 6. Like, Lady Gaga, calm down. Like, I know you're trying to make a hashtag, and she made the hashtag, I'm sure. Like, yeah, she made her entrance. She definitely made an impression in her entrance. So yeah, that was very, very funny. But the whole inauguration was very, very nice. Very, even though in spite of COVID and everything was just kind of down and stuff didn't happen, they didn't have their lunching and different things were counseled out, but it was still a great event. It was very great, and they had all of the troops and everything, making sure everyone was safe, because they were possibly expecting any threats that they would Joe coming in, and then the state capitol being threatened and rioted or whatever 2 weeks ago. So they had to make sure that security was up, which was great, and that was just amazing. And yeah, this whole thing was awesome, and I'm just so excited to see what Joe Biden does and Kamala Harris does. Um, so yeah, this has been like after post coverage of the inauguration. If you didn't watch, I hope you did watch part of it, at least just the part that they get sworn in, and Joe Biden's speech was great. And yeah, it was truly amazing. Jill Biden, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris's husband, um, Michelle Obama, Barack Obama, and all of the other former vice presidents, just speechless, just stunning. Everyone had great outfits on, designer clothes, the whole entire shebang. I love it. Like I said, I don't really follow politics like this, but I did today, and I actually enjoyed it. I'm definitely probably not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to follow up. I do follow their pages, the vice president and the president pages on Twitter. and Instagram. So I'm excited to see what they do and follow along. And yeah, so thank you for tuning in to this podcast and viewing also on YouTube. I hope to see you in another video or hear from you in another video, and you hear from me in another video, in another podcast. I have 2 different things going on. I got video going and a podcast going. So if you want, podcast listeners, if you are listening and you want to see the video version of this podcast, that will be also on my YouTube channel. You can check in the show notes below. And YouTubers, if you want to hear the podcast version, which why would you need to hear the podcast version if you're already looking at the video version? You can do so on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify, and any other podcast streaming services that you have. You just type the word Side Talk Table and you will find the podcast. So definitely like this video, subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to the channel. It helps the algorithm. It helps me spread my page and my channel to others, and others that are looking for a great subscription and a great podcast that they can be able to find it. So thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video.